You can talk shit all the fucking time. You still marine? Okay.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's great to see you all back. And today we're going to be looking at the Mexican superstar, Canelo Alvarez. Now, one thing that many people don't know is that Canelo's from a long lineage of boxing brothers, and it's almost as if he absorbed all the spirit and the knowledge of his brothers, much like the Gracie clan. We're going to look at some of the tricks that Canelo has in his bag today, and there's hours of potential footage that could be broken down. Just going to be a short one today. So, let's get into it. Now, we're just going to touch on Billy Joe Saunders very briefly. Canelo actually said after the fight, and remember that Canelo is known as a devastating body puncher, and he said after the fight how well Billy Joe was tucking up and using his elbows to block the body shots on both sides, and this is a fantastic way to put a vicious body puncher off hitting that body using them elbows. Now, the first point about Canelo that is amazing is his eyes and his understanding of what's going on in the ring. After the fight, he's talking to Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn's saying to him about his English speaking, and he says, "I understand everything, I just can't articulate myself too well." And this ability to draw everything in from his surroundings translates over into the ring. He sees it all, he understands it all, and this gives him the comfort to exhibit some of the defensive moves we see here playing on the screen now. And it all comes from the eyes, it all comes from being able to see. They always say it's the shot that you don't see is the one that hurts you. And that's why Canelo never really gets hurt in fights, because he sees it all. Now, we all know that Canelo is a fantastic counterpuncher. Absolutely fantastic. It's probably his best asset. And we're going to look at a counter here that he does against the southpaw left hand. And he even talks about it after the fight. And this shows how well drilled he is and how confident he is. He talks about dipping or slipping the southpaw left hand and coming back with the uppercut. And there's a few eye-catching moments where he lands this in the fight. Now, one thing Canelo does brilliantly is he gets his opponent into a lull. Now, how does he do this? He does this with differing looks and the movements that he makes with his body as he's creeping forward. Now, as he's creeping forward, there's a lot of pressure on the opponent. We need to remember that, the pressure. One look he has is he'll be behind a high guard, just creeping forward, creeping forward, creeping forward. Another look is again he'll be creeping, but he'll be moving his upper body a lot, giving the opponent a moving target and not making it as easy to land big, hard shots on him. Another look is he'll have his arms kind of a little bit wider and he'll be feinting and jittery movements. And again, he's making his opponent compute and calculate the different body movements that he's given him. And while this computation is happening, the opponent either has two options. He either stays in the lull, moves, or he tries to attack. And when Billy Joe does attack, we see Canelo just fade off and make him fall short, and then he's countering again. His strong suit. Or he'll get the opponent into a lull and then explode. And then it's his attacks. And this is all because of the computation the opponent has to do. It's amazing work from Canelo. It's never just one-dimensional. It's always multi-dimensional. And it's just amazing to learn from, amazing to watch. Now looking at the finishing sequence. And again, this is made possible by the eyes and the understanding of Canelo. We see Billy Joe Saunders repeatedly dip to his left. Now, his trainer Mark Tibbs actually asks him to stop doing this and stay upright and use his feet, but the pressures of the fight, the fatigue, the monster that's coming at you in Canelo Alvarez, Billy Joe reverts to type and he continually goes to that left dip. And in the finishing sequence, we see him throw a hook and try and get out of the way of what he thinks is coming back. But Canelo changes it and comes underneath, smashing him on the front of the face. And it's this shot that leads to the shattered eye socket and the broken cheekbone, ultimately ending the fight. Amazing work from Canelo. Amazing fight, amazing spectacle. We hope you enjoyed our breakdown of this video, guys, and as always, I'm going to just ask that you take that time out of your day to like, subscribe and share. We're a small channel and it's greatly appreciated, and it helps us more than you can even imagine. Let us know, in Canelo's next fight with Caleb Plant, who wins that one? Who becomes undisputed champion of the super middleweight division? Let us know down below. Thanks, guys.